So anyone who's been listening to me preach all these many years knows that this would not be one of the parables I would have chosen for my second to the last Sunday, that I hate weeping and gnashing of teeth. But that's one of the gifts that we have in the lectionary, is that you don't get just my favorite parts. And I don't get to just ignore my least favorite parts. The gospel is there as a whole. And so I do want to remind you that it's there as a whole. This is not the only image of the kingdom that Jesus gives us. But it is there. It is there with fire and weeping and gnashing of teeth. And we don't like to talk about that. But it's there. So Jesus offers this parable, this image, to his disciples, to the people. And I think we for centuries and centuries have failed to have ears to hear. The church has so often only heard, yeah, there's good seed and bad seed, and let's go rip out the bad. They fail to hear that there is a promise in this, that evil will not in the end. But it's not up to us. The evil will not in the end win out. But it is not up to us. And so we spend time, next week, the Episcopal Church is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the ordination of women. There wasn't all that much clapping at first, 40 years ago. There were people who said that kind of weed is not something that we can be together in worship. The weeds talked about in this parable, I'm not much of a gardener, but at least I can tell most of the weeds in my darnel, the tares, actually look just like grain, like wheat, to the casual observer. Oh, isn't that the way it is in our world sometimes? Where what is actually poison looks like it might be something good. And I think that's what people tried to say about women priests. It's really poison, folks. Pull it out. And that's what we've done for so much. And Christians still, too often, fail to get to the end of the parable and hear Jesus' words. That's God's job to sort it out. So there is promise in this. This week was also the 20th anniversary of a horrendous event. The end of the genocide in Rwanda. There is promise in this parable that in the end, evil will not prevail. And that for me is gospel good news. In the face of so much wrong in this world. But there is also caution to the disciples and to us who wish to use our eyes to see evil among us. That stuff that we would rather just pull out because it maybe makes us uncomfortable. So what do we use our eyes to see? What do we see when we wake up in the morning? And I open my eyes. Jacob on this journey. Now, if you don't know Jacob, he was a trickster. Jacob had tricked his older brother Esau out of what was rightfully Esau's. Esau was furious, angry enough to maybe even kill his brother. And Jacob has hit the road and taken on this journey to leave the home that he's known, the family that he's known. He's being sent to the extended family that lives who knows where. He's on this journey now. You all don't know this, but my parish knows this. I'm a camper. I go backpacking, I go camping, and this story always just amazed me. I said, when I'm going camping, I pick the softest thing for my pillow. the extra coat maybe, or if I don't have, at least if I've done an outward bound type of solo thing, I got leaves. Jacob, I never understood this. Why in the world is he picking a rock? Hit me this morning lying in bed. I'm waking up at 2 in the morning. I don't know how you all sleep after singing like that you did. I kept waking up in the last night with different songs going through my head, and all of a sudden, this picture of Jacob and the rock, and I realized, I wonder if that was the softest thing he could find. This was a hard journey he was on. That rock as a pillow for me is that symbol of what he felt. This is a hard, lonely, challenging, fearful journey. And when he woke in the morning, what did he see? He awoke to his life in a new way. He awoke having seen God's grace, a promise to one who was unworthy. God's grace just poured out, a stairway to heaven, a ladder with angels descending and ascending, not something that Jacob built, but that God did in connecting heaven to earth and earth to heaven. And he took that symbol of that incredibly hard journey, which he never believed could be anything good. And he opened his eyes and he said, "Surely the Lord is in this place," and I did not know it. And that pillow rock gets set as that reminder of the Lord even in such a journey. You know what those rock pillows are like. That peace. Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. And God has opened up that connection between heaven and earth. As Jesus, the Word, became flesh and dwelt among us and connected earth to heaven as Jesus ascended back and takes humanity back to heaven with him. Yes. Surely God is in this place, and I did not know it. That's what our eyes should be open to in the morning. Not to look for tares among the wheat, but to recognize God's presence, even upon a stone pillow. We all have journeys. We all know what that stone pillow is in your life. It's going to be different in your life and in yours. But surely God is in that place. So as we open our eyes in the morning, may we greet that day with the remembrance of God's coming to us and lifting us to God. May we see in the day God's presence. Surely the Lord is in this place. May we always open our eyes to see that. Amen.